Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Raveydemon video. Um this one is gonna talk about some item changes that I'm hoping you guys will start you know doing on the very patch that we should be on right now. So this patch just came out, right? I haven't patched it, but later tonight when I play, you'll see me live if you're gonna be there. Um, but yeah, we're gonna be like feeling out the new two items that I really want to talk about here. That is gonna be like really big. Now, in my like first guide that I post, right? I do mention that Death Stance and Maw were like defensive options that you could go around like fourth to fifth item, right? And on this patch, right, these two items got a nice buff. Now, the first one I want to talk about here is Death Stance, right? It's got a nice buff because the AD went up by 5, right? Just small. That's not what we're really here for, right? That's not what we're here for. Is this right here? So the healing of Death Stance, right? Like when you get a takedown, you get the healing, right? That healing was 50% off your bonus AD, right? And that's moving up to 75% of your bonus AD. Now, bonus AD, right, is it doesn't include your base AD. So it's all AD that you get additional that isn't from levels. Now, Naafiri, being one of the champions that has an ability that can increase your AD, is like actually a real good like champion to build items that benefit from bonus AD from, because your ultimate, right, gives you a lot of AD. So items at distance are just gonna be naturally like really like good on it, like So this amount here is actually a huge amount, right? It's the bonus AD moving up by 25%. And now remember, like when I'm saying moving up by 25%, right, guys, it's very important that we understand like how much is 25%, right? Because just saying 25% doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't mean anything, right? You need to understand what number, how much AD you're gonna be having, right? And like how much healing you actually get from it. So, and how big the buff is, right? Compared to what it was before. Now I did mention, right, the item was fine before. I was building it on well, previous patch, right? I was just building on a previous patch. I've built it before in the past. But with this patch now, I'm gonna be looking for even more angles to go distance. Now I just want to break down like how much of a buff this is looking like, right? In terms of the numbers here. So I just went back to my previous like my most recent video, right? I posted this yesterday. Now in this game I went to check, near the end of the video, right, to see how much AD I had, right, just to get an idea of how much, like if I had death stance here, like how much I would be benefiting compared to here and the patch that we're on. So I did pull up the calculator. I don't know if I can stream. Let me see if I can stream it for y'all. Pull it up. Mm, mm, hold on. Let me just give me one moment. Actually, I actually very scared to pull this up. I'm not gonna lie, because who knows what may happen. Let me see. Hold on. Studio mode. Okay. There we go. All right. And it should be right here. Coming in. There we go. Okay. So you guys can see that. So I did do the math. Now this is So I already run the numbers. Now how I did the test, right? First of all, you have to look at your base. You gotta minus your base 80 from this, which I did. I minus the base 80 from this, and then I added that the ulti was giving about 90, 80. It goes up to like 100, right? With my comet setup, if you're running that, you'll be able to be really strong in it into the late game here. But the ultis are giving around 90 to like 100, but I put it at 90, right? Cause I'm using 90 as a number there, pretty reasonable number to use it for. So, and then I add the ulti, the ulti 80 that I'll get to what my bonus 80 was, right? So I obviously minus the base 80 from it. How did I find out the base 80? Maybe wondering. We just simply go on the wiki here, put in level 17 here, and then it will tell you how much 80 Naafiri has at level 17. And do keep in mind that Naafiri has one of like the lowest base ADs in the game because of her dogs. Because she has pets, right, that attack with her. Naturally, she's gonna have a very low base AD to compensate. Because if her base AD was high and she had pets out attacking, that would be just really broken. Okay, so wait, let me just double check you guys saw that. Oh no, you guys did not see that. But yeah, as I said, level 17 and this right here. Okay, cool. I'm doing this video in one take. It's like 9 a.m. almost 9 a.m. I was just watching MSI, so just one record and done. Okay. All right. So back to this, right? So here, this is how much I would heal from death stance from it. 279 for one. This is one takedown, by the way. This is one kill in a team fight. 279, right? Times this by 5. If it's a whole team fight, right? It's literally like 1.4k. Now, obviously, we don't like looking at that. That is pointless because we're like, oh, if you kill 5 people, heal. Okay, if you kill 5 people, the game is over. So like this, you know, we don't really need to like see that, but I'm just showing you, like what it would be in that scenario. But I did remember the number 372. Now here's the thing, I'll show you what it was like before. So times 0.5 instead, 186. So it's 186 before, and it was what, 272 or 3? I kind of forgot there, but yeah, it's almost going up by, it's almost 100 more healing. So this buff is actually really insane for Naafiri going into late game, right? And bear in mind that you don't have to go death stance only after Sorella, right? You can switch your build up in terms of the build order. You can go death stance third, skip Sorella if like the enemy team has no champions that are really building armor. You can go death stance third if you need that extra tankiness. And champions that I'd like to go that versus is stuff that take like Serpent's fan. Let's say I'm against a Talon. I was against a Talon and I was like having a hard time because like he was shredding my shield. So I went Destin, so the game was a lot more playable for me. Right? So just keep that in mind when you're going into some comps that seems a bit more difficult. If you're full AD, you can do that too. As long as they don't have like people stacking armor and you need to build pen to be able to hit those persons. And also, you don't need to go death stance third if it's a case where you have a lot of other threats on your team where the enemy team will have to focus them and ignore you, right? Because you should be coming in from the flank. All right. Next up, I want to talk about Maw now. So Maw got a buff, right? The cost went up, right? But they added ability haste to it. So for the people that really like ability haste, that's gonna be nice. Um, helps with W, E, R, and somewhat with the Q, right? But mostly with the other abilities because the Q cooldown doesn't start until the you cast second Q, which means that sometimes a little awkward with CDR on Naafiri. But the other abilities have W, especially W and R, longer cooldowns, right? So it's pretty nice to just get that. Magic resist does go down, right, by 10, but the 80 goes up, so it gives you more damage, right? So, and that's what we're looking for. At the end of the day, on Naafiri, we're looking to do damage primarily. We're not trying to be tanky, because going in the fight and being tanky is not our objective. Is to be able to kill our opponent without dying, right? And we need to be able to do enough damage to get that done, right? Especially what um people are picking in the bot lane, hyper carries with enchanters, or even just like supports that can CCU Knight's Vow. If you guys know, that item is really strong right now, so a lot of people are taking that. And let's see here. So the lifetime duration goes up by 0.5. Good. Initially, it went from like this when they changed it. It went from 5 seconds to 2.5. I was like, man, that's too harsh, bro. Should put it at 3. And they've put it at 3, so I guess I was like right about that. Now the other thing here that is really big is the fact that they changed it from lifesteal to omnivamp. Now lifesteal obviously is a little bad on Naafiri because, as I've explained, right, Naafiri base AD is low, although she gets a lot of AD with her ulti though, so it wasn't too bad, right? But omnivamp is definitely what we would look for on this champion, right? Because the things that don't benefit from lifesteal, everything that would benefit from life, like omnivamp, that wouldn't lifesteal wouldn't affect, would be your dogs, right? Your Q, your W, your E, profane hydra, all these things, right? Eclipse proc, all these things coming into play, right? So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Also, there's one more thing here. So a lot of people have been asking. I should have started off with this at the at the front of the video, right? Because everybody been asking. Will you still be building Eclipse? Will you still build Eclipse? Yes, you will still have to build Eclipse, right? Um, the way how things are in terms of like like other stuff that you can go. Like if you were to go other items, first item, right? What would you go? Only other like route, that the closest viable route would be profane hydra into opportunity, and then it's basically the eclipse is being replaced with opportunity, and but you move profane to the first slot. Now that build is still not still won't be better than this build here, because Eclipse still synergizes really good with Naafiri. Naafiri is able to proc it off 1Q because the dog jumps. Like she's like the best user for like Eclipse when it comes to like easy access to procking. So still gonna build it right. The shield is still there, like, which is a huge thing for a lot of trades and a lot of fights that you're gonna be taking, right? And you should be running Ingenious Hunter, which lowers Eclipse cooldown. If you have 5 stacks, you should move it from 6 seconds to 4. So a lot of stacks being put up now. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to talk about there. I really had this in front of the screen, man. I'm so sorry, but yeah, just to take another quick look back, guys. These are the stats moving up in the Omnivamp here. So sorry about that, but yeah, like, and as I said, these are the changes. No other changes for now, but there are some very big changes coming next split, which is in 2 weeks, right? So next patch coming, the season will basically be restarted right to split. You'll have to do your placements over again and everything, and there's some massive changes coming, like boost changes, right? We're no longer gonna be building Swifties and a Fury. Um, Ingenious Hunter is being removed. First Strike is getting changed. So I think the first strike changes make it is gonna make it like more. It gives you more gold in the early game and it does more damage, but like the amount of gold you generate from it, right? From like the proc damage, right, is gonna be cut to by 50%. So yeah, it's gonna be better in the early game, but gonna be worse in the mid to late game, which is gonna be like interesting. We're gonna see how that plays out. I'm already going Comet build, right? So I wasn't really going first strike a lot, but there were some matchups that I did recommend first strike for, as I did post in one of my other videos. But yeah, you guys gonna have to stay tuned for that. Oh, and also, the matchup spreadsheet is on its way. I've already done the tier list, but the tier list on its own isn't very useful, right? Because what does it like if I say Azir is S tier champion into Naafiri, what does that mean for you as a Naafiri player? Like it doesn't tell you what to do into what you can do in that matchup, you know? So yeah, like that's why I'm gonna be working on a spreadsheet. This is gonna be taking a lot more work than I thought. I knew it would be a lot of work, but like it's a lot of work because the amount of champions I put is like a crazy. Because remember, Naafiri, I'm putting both top lane and mid lane matchups in here, right? So it's gonna cover a lot of champions. So I've only done one champion so far, which is Aatrox, right? But just stay tuned. I will have that ready in the coming week or so. We'll be working on that. While I stream, I'll be working on it so that I can get it done while I'm actually like, streaming and playing so that, because it takes a lot of time, right? And I don't have that much time in a day to really like be able to do all of that. So doing it while I'm actually streaming during queue is like really like a game changer. So, and that's what I did for the tier list. So yeah, that's what's coming, guys. So yeah, matchups, and once next split hits, I will be we'll have to go through the changes and see what we gonna do, because there's some changes to domination. Sudden impact is gonna be changed, so we're gonna see how that impacts Naafiri. But Ingenious Hunter is being removed, so I don't know if you're gonna be running domination page regardless, right? Might going back to resolve, right? Who knows? But stay tuned for that, guys. I promise you guys, I'm always like trying to. You guys see, I'm very consistent on YouTube, so and I really try to put out as much information on the free as possible because there's nobody else doing this, right? So I'm really trying to make sure that a lot of people have some guidance. Now, everything I may like say or do may not be like 100% correct, right? I just want to get that um because even then, right, I still may discover new things. That's what I mean by not being correct, right? Because yes, it's correct at this time, but there's could be more that you could add to it, or a little approach that you could take towards certain things, right? So yeah, like I'm learning with y'all. Basically, I'm learning so I can teach you guys, right? Basically, I play a lot of games, so and I can't put out information if I don't play, if I don't have experience in the situation myself. I find it very hard to put information out on it, right? So that's why I play a lot of games, and that's why the matchup guide spreadsheet hasn't dropped, because I wanted to just make sure I was very comfortable with a lot of my matchups, right? A lot of the champions. So I can't put that out if I haven't played against these champions, right? Now, there's some champions that I may not be able to play against in like recent times. So it's a little awkward trying to give the accurate like power like adjustment for them. Plus the fact that the new patch is coming out. But the matchup spreadsheet, right, guys, it's gonna be simple. It's not gonna be like anything too complicated, right? It's just gonna tell you some basic stuff that you can do in the matchup, that will allow you to like be able to play, or like get a kill or abuse whatever you're supposed to be doing, right? And I feel like that's the best way to actually put those things out, because having a paragraph, or a book on how to fight Ajax is pointless, because like you're not gonna keep that all of the information, right? And a lot of players play differently. The games don't play it the same way, so you just need a little few things that you should keep. All right. For example, you should be using your E to dodge his Q, right? Or if you get hit by the first Q and then he tries to go for the second one, you E. Or like if you're in his W, right, you E out of it, right? Just make sure you don't waste your E, right? And if you're not sure if you're gonna get the E off, don't dash, because if you get interrupted by the Q and then he W's you, you're dead. But yeah, that's it, guys. Really thank you guys for watching the video. Stay tuned. I'll drop another Naafiri gameplay video tomorrow, and then I'm gonna have to go get some more and stock up and get those off. All right. Best of luck with the end of season. Make sure you really try out these items more often, right? Both of them. I want to see you guys like really try them, right? Especially if the enemy team doesn't have any like armor, and I say not armor billing, right? Please pay attention to the enemy items. Make sure that they're not building armor, or they can't build armor in the next buy, or by the time you get Surla, right? They start building armor and then you get Surla by the time, so it's actually like you're chilling. So please pay attention to the enemy items as well when you're making your builds. Okay, take care. Bye. Love y'all. See y'all. Um, I mean, yeah, drop a like on the video, guys. Remember, likes help a lot, so drop a like. And if you got this far and you haven't subscribed, like, okay, like that's weird, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, see ya.